Hi, my name is Leticia Gonzalez, and I'm a member of Altars in the 5th District. I'm really glad that you're watching this video. Thank you for carving some time out of your day to watch this, how to make an altar. Why? But why? Why do we need to make an altar? The thing is, you don't. But it could help you, right? The purpose of an altar is to help you ground yourself, to center yourself, to meditate, to think positive things, to calm down, to just really take that time to yourself for yourself, right? Um, we're in a time of craziness, coronavirus, COVID-19, whatever you want to call it, you know. Oops, that happens quite a bit. Let me turn it back on the light. Um, there's a lot of chaos out in the world right now. And I don't know about you, but the other day I woke up and I was already feeling anxious, you know, and that to me tells me that I really need to take time out of the day to check in with myself and regulate myself, just I really need to ground myself so that I can stay present in the moment, and um, not let my feelings get carried away, right? I think that if we don't check in, things can escalate and get out of control, right? So altars can help um, ground ourselves and regulate. So you may be asking yourself, well, how do I make an altar? Well, I'm gonna tell you how you can make an altar. It's 5 steps that you can take. Okay. Step 1, find a location. Doesn't matter how big or how small. What's important is that you carve out a certain space in your home or wherever outside in which you can build your altar. Okay? Your altar can even be mobile. Maybe you can't designate a specific spot to it. That's okay. You can put all the things in a box, and wherever you are and you need your altar, you can just take your things out of your box and take time to yourself. Okay? So step 1, find a spot for your altar. Step 2, choose a theme. What do you want your altar to do for you? What is the purpose of your altar? It all depends on where you are. Maybe you want to meditate. Maybe you want peace. Maybe you need it to center yourself, to ground yourself, to be inspired, right? Maybe multiple things. So choose your theme. What do you want it to do for you? Okay. Now, once you have chosen your theme or themes, step 3 is find 5 to 10 key items that will help support your themes, right? So if you can see here on my altar, I have some kinds of things, right? I have pictures of loved ones. I have I have a shot glass. I like taking a drink with the homies, with the ancestors, I have these earrings that remind me of my grandmother. She passed away several weeks ago, and she gave me these earrings several years ago. And they're the most recent addition to my altar. And I keep them because when I think of my grandmother, I think of her, I feel that the prayers that she has said for me adorn me, right? And not only her prayers, but her memory and her laughter. So having these earrings here helped me remember her, and commemorate her. And when I put them on, it's like this very physical act of like just taking that moment to recall her and remember her and be with her in certain moments. If you see here, I have a picture of a baby that is my goddaughter. And just as my grandmother's prayers protect me, I also say prayers for people who are near and dear to me. One of them being my goddaughter, So when I'm in this space, I also take time to say some prayers for her. Send her those good vibes and protect her, So choose items that will help you support your theme. Okay, once you've chosen items, what's important is to bless your altar, right? So before you build your altar, take time to bless yourself, right? And take time to bless the space, right? You can do that several ways. One of them is by saying a prayer. The prayer can be any kind of prayer, right? It can be informal, it can be formal, whatever you want, okay? So it can be a prayer. It can be by lighting up some candles, right? Some people light candles because they believe that the smoke is carrying their prayers or their intentions up to the universe, to their ancestors, to God, to someone or something, right? Maybe you want to burn some sage, right? In this bowl here, I have sage. I don't typically burn it because sage is being over harvested. So I don't want to contribute to that. So I don't typically use my sage. I usually light candles and I listen to some soothing music that makes me feel really connected and helps me focus on my altar. So those are several ways that you can bless your space. Okay, so that's step 4, blessing yourself, space, and altar. Now, once all of that is finished, step 5 is establish your routine. Setting it up, it's easy, right? Like day 1 of anything tends to be easy, right? The thing is finding a routine that matches your schedule, right? Maybe you wake up early, like as soon as the sun pops out, right? So at dawn, maybe that's the best time for you because you want to set the tone for the day, right? Or maybe it's in the evening when you need to unwind and really just take time to center yourself after a long day. Maybe it's at midnight, you know? I don't know, it doesn't matter, but choose a time that fits best for you and that will help you be successful in visiting your altar regularly, because that's the important thing. Regularly visiting your altar, taking that time for your altar and for yourself. Okay, so those are the 5 steps that you can take to build an altar. There are other things you can do. You can be much more elaborate. Maybe you develop a ritual, right? A ritual that I like to do is I have some alcohol here. So I like to, when I'm here at my altar, I like to take a shot. And I mean, I'm not saying like I just like shoot it, right? But I sip it and I just really spend some time and I talk to my ancestors, to my grandmother, and I say prayers and I do whatever I need to at that moment, right? I also have a notebook. Sometimes I have thoughts, right, that come to me, or I have this moment of clarity and I write them down. I also have a Bible. So sometimes it helps me. I also have, and that's not all, I also have a book, right? And this is a self-help book, but sometimes I really need extra tools to help me. So do what works best for you. Your altar, design your altar for you because it's for you. Okay? So I hope this will help you build an altar. Disclaimer, I am not an altar expert, but I am a person who is trying to develop a relationship with their altar. Okay? Have an altar? We'd love to see it. And when I say we, I mean altars in the 5th district would love to see your altar. So post an image of your altar and tag at altars in the 5th. We want to see those pictures. I want to see, we want to see your beautiful, unique altars. See you soon. Bye.